Hi, everybody. Happening in Fulton. As the session continues at the state capitol, there's some movement with some bills and some discussion on others. Here's this week's legislative update with our Intergovernmental Affairs Division Director, Fran Calhoun.
This is Fran Calhoun with your legislative update. The Georgia General Assembly is in week 5 of this year's session. And as previously mentioned, the legislature is working to quickly pass its supplemental budget, which is House Bill 80. The Senate has passed the bill, but added several amendments. Those include additional funding and new positions for the Georgia Department of Public Health and salary increases for Georgia's correction systems. Now, this bill, of course, since amended, will need to return to the Georgia House for agreement and their action. And to address the ongoing concerns related to keeping Georgia's businesses open, the House passed by a margin of 99 to 68 an extension of last year's COVID immunity bill designed to protect businesses operating during the pandemic from liability. The extension will run through July 2022. And then distracted driving is back on the agenda of the legislature with House Bill 247. You may recall that 3 years ago, lawmakers passed a hands-free bill, and this year they're seeking to end a grace period or loophole that's embedded in the law that allows first-time offenders to avoid fines by indicating that they've purchased a hands-free device. And so the sponsors of the bill believe now that motorists should be more familiar with the law, that all motorists should be held accountable under the penalties under the safe driving law. Also, along the transportation front, the Senate has acted on SR 26. Now, this is an amendment to the Georgia Constitution. It would allow and authorize general obligation bonds for enhancements, expansions, construction, and development related loans and grants to be backed by the state for counties and local governments that own airports. And since it is an amendment to the Constitution, the bill, if passed by the Georgia House, will then have to go before the citizens of Georgia as a referendum item. Then last, of course, but not least in number or importance, are the mass of election bills. There are now more than 40 bills that have been introduced to make changes to Georgia's election law. The newest bills seek to move the deadline for mailing absentee ballots from 3 days to 10 days before an election. And this bill is seeking to give adequate time for processing by counties, for mail delivery, and then, of course, for the return of those ballots by citizens before 7 p.m. on election day. There is also a bill aimed at limiting the use of mobile voting units to serve only as emergency backup operations in the event that a regularly scheduled poll location has some type of incident where, of course, they can no longer host the election at that precinct. So for sure, election bills will be debated and hashed out for some time to come, and we'll bring those to you. But for now, that's what's happening under the Gold Dome this week.
Now, that's just some of what's happening in Fulton. To stay connected with us, check us out online. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, you can check us out anytime on our YouTube channel, so please do us a favor and subscribe. That does it for this edition. Thank you so much for watching. Join us daily for news around and about Fulton County.